Good afternoon. My name is Austin Nicholas. I'm the Director of Bands here at North Stafford High School. And it's been my pleasure to serve as the host for this year's 2015 Stafford County Public Schools High School All-County Band Event. We have a great concert for you tonight, or this afternoon I should say. Used to evening concerts, I guess. And I'm not going to insult your intelligence by reading Mr. Rickers' bio for you, but I'd like to just give him a brief introduction. Mr. Rickers is the Assistant Director of Bands at James Madison University, as well as the Director of the Marching Royal Dukes, the marching band at James Madison University, and the students have really had a truly wonderful experience working with him today, as I'm sure when they go home after the concert today they'll attest to. So would you please join me in welcoming Mr. Scott Rickers to the stage.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure for me to be here this afternoon and this weekend to work with these fine young men and women on stage. That was our first march, Emperita Roca, obviously of a Spanish style. I hope you enjoyed that. The next piece we're about to play for you is a little bit of a change of pace. I talked to these folks about what I prefer to play, and I know a lot of times in the band world, and you all are familiar as band parents or administrators, We go to assessments, and we always talk about what grade level we go. And I know a lot of people think, well, if you don't do grade 5 or 6, then your band's no good. But I don't believe that's the case with music. Whether we play something in grade 1 or whether we play something in grade 6, there's good music to be had out there. This next piece is technically very simple, and if you were to look at it, you probably would think, oh, you can put that in front of a middle school band and they can play it. And they probably can. But what is demanding about this next piece is the musicality. I'd like to do this with honor bands, but I will tell you that I've never had a band that has been so receptive to the music-making process as this one. I certainly hope you enjoy the music they make with Eric Whitaker's Light and Gold, Luke's Olympic. Beautiful, yes?
Yes.
That does not happen often with a high school group. Again, technically not that difficult, but the music they were able to make is just inspiring. Just really well done. And this is one example of why I knew yesterday, when we just read this, I knew this is going to be a special group to work with. This next piece is another change of pace. It's a programmatic work called Rumble on the High Plains. We don't have program notes, but hopefully we'll hear in the music them telling the story of America's journey west. Hopefully we'll hear some sounds that remind you of wagon trains and Native American themes and weather, storms and thunder and lightning. And hopefully you will enjoy the percussion feature. I always like to make sure when I do honor bands I feature the percussion section, because oftentimes they can just sit back there twiddling their thumbs until it's time for them to make some booming noises. But this piece features them, so I certainly hope you enjoy it. Also, for those band directors, it's good to keep busy because they don't have any issues with behavior. Not that I'd expected, but they've done a great job, so hopefully you enjoy Rumble on the High Plains. probably one of the quickest concerts you've been to, yes? Last tune coming up, but before we do this, I'd like to take a moment and thank all of you for joining us. I would like to first thank the young men and women on stage. It is just a truly talented group of young musicians. It's been a pleasure for me to work with them. It's been a pleasure for me to watch them work with each other. Stafford County's got some great things going on, and it's so nice to come to a county event and see the students working together and enjoying working with each other. It's great to see the directors interacting with them. But we don't get this without the support of tremendous music educators. And I am proud to call the folks here at Stafford County my colleagues, and some of them my students or former students. And it also doesn't happen without the support of you all. These folks on stage are polite, they're respectful, they've got great senses of humor, and that doesn't just happen. It happens because you all as parents have supported them since day one. You put up with their practicing, hopefully encouraged it, but put up with it more than anything. I'm sure these folks sound very different today than they did, 4 or 5 years ago when they were just starting out. But I appreciate, as an educator, the time you put into supporting what they do as musicians. At a time when the arts are being pushed aside in many cases and not really appreciated for the wonderful things they teach, we are very fortunate to be able to share here at Stafford County a real great appreciation for the benefits of arts education. And this here is a prime example. To me, it's not even necessarily about the quality of musicianship, it's the quality of people on the stage. And when I do honor bands, all state bands, all district bands, the success of the programs to me is determined much more by the experience I have with young musicians on the stage more than the quality of the performance. And you all are doing some great things here at Stafford County. So thank you as parents for your support. Thank you to the directors for supporting an event like this. It has been a pleasure to spend the past 2 days with these young men and women. So hopefully you enjoy the last piece here. It's Escape from Plato's Cave. This is the third movement from a 3-movement work by Steve Malello. Another programmatic work, so hopefully you can join us and enjoy. I think the title of this movement is From Darkness into the Light. So hopefully you enjoy it. Again, thank you very much for coming out to support this event. It's been a pleasure.